They are mean. They are barbarians. They turn blue sheep red.
We reached out and asked if we could use that reference.
Use what? The sound? Reached out to whom? Oh.
Please relax.
Yes, because what could be more relaxing than learning about an axe-wielding hostile mob? Let's start with the name, Illagers.
Feels so Minecraft. I like that it's a bit punny.
Initially we were talking about them as ill-willed villagers. Then we're like, oh, there you can't say that, it's too long. So we shortened it to just ill villagers. And then someone said, like, why don't you just shorten even further and just call them Illagers? And I was like, of course, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Eagle-eyed players might have also noticed that they're grey. I still haven't noticed that, which is, worrying.
They haven't been out in the sun as much.
Relatable.
To be ill, it means to be sick. And if you're grey, you look a little bit ill.
Well, you know what they say, laughter is the best medicine.
They're angry at something.
Oh.
Clearly the Illagers are up to some kind of trouble. No strangers to violence and occasional dark magics and all of that.
A vindicator obviously wants to attack with axe. The villager obviously wants to use their crossbow. And the illusioner obviously wants to do their magic. And the evocation illager obviously wants to do their magic too.
Naturally grumpy, but not necessarily mean.
Right. I can't help but feel the villagers might not see them that way. The idea for Illagers actually came about when we were making Minecraft Dungeons in 2016. I don't know why I just said we. I didn't help in the slightest.
We realized pretty quickly that we would need a family of mobs that could work as an antagonist, and we wanted to give this dichotomy of the player as an adventurer and a hero, and against this force that is disrupting.
Jens, however, had a clear rule.
Dungeons may only use mobs that have been established in vanilla Minecraft.
So the Illagers were introduced in Minecraft to lucky players in 2016's Exploration Update. Illagers could be found in woodland mansions. If you were brave, stupid, really stupid enough to explore these bleak houses, you could potentially find the Totem of Undying, which would grant you an extra life. Try not to immediately lose it to an Illager.
The different rooms that you find there, they are part of their activities. You have a little battle arena room, you have the war map room, you have the chest storage and farming rooms, but then you also have these a little bit more odd rooms.
Why don't we have a chicken in this room? I like chickens.
To me, they are symbols of worship almost.
Oh, good! I'm not the only one who worships chickens. And to think, for a second there, I thought I might be weird.
I don't know why it's so fascinating to me to think about them doing their little gardening. The little rooms in there with the flowers set up all neatly.
I don't understand why this show isn't cancelled right now and replaced with 24/7 footage of that, to be honest. Illagers made woodland mansions pleasingly spooky, but also easy to avoid. And we wanted players to interact with Illagers more. So 3 years after we put them in woodland mansions, we evicted them and gave them a new home in 2019's Village and Pillage update.
If you want in vanilla, you can engage in the raids or go and invade a tower.
To initiate a raid, just follow these simple steps. 1. Find a pillage tower. Oh, look, there's a nice one. 2. Introduce the Illagers to your favourite Minecraft weapons, especially the Captain. 3. The raid captain will drop an ominous bottle. Drink from it and you'll trigger an ominous event. Goodie? 4. Make sure you gear up before visiting a nearby village. 5. Consider apologising to each villager in turn, because it's about to get real bad. 6. Prepare to fight. No, seriously, do not underestimate a raid, because otherwise...
We died. We underestimated a raid.
It becomes so messy, so chaotic, and I see people scream at each other, being trapped.
Probably because of this charming fellow, the Ravager. Keep it away from me.
I had this idea, what if you had a fancy creature called a manticore, which is a lion with a human head. So I started prototyping what would become the Ravager.
And if you think the Ravager is too cute and cuddly, really? Then why not up the challenge by renaming the Vindicators?
If you name them Johnny, then they will go bananas and attack anything they see. The Easter egg is a reference to the movie The Shining.
Oh, that's the worst kind of bananas. Still, risky as initiating one is, winning a raid is oh so satisfying.
I actually like to trigger raids and let the Illagers win, because I love the noise when they're winning the raid. It's like...
speaking of sounds,
We had discussions how similar the Illagers would sound like the villagers. They were more like, that kind of, it was deep voice and that kind of thing, but it didn't really feel right.
good work, Samuel.
From my memory, the first Illager we did for Dungeons is the Pillager, and it initially had an eye patch. So it looked a bit similar to like a pirate, so that's why it sounds like.
One sound we wanted was perfect for the Illagers. One slight problem, it was in another game. Oh.
The evoker will turn blue sheep red by casting a spell. The sound effect they play when they're casting that spell is Warlord. And it's the identical spell from Age of Empires 2.
So now you know how they were developed. Their in-game origins, however, remain a mystery.
As a legend, as a myth about the Minecraft history of what might have happened there were some of the villagers when the world was in trouble that they didn't want to fight. But there's some of the villagers who wanted to help. And that was their choice, was actually to come in and help and try to save their friends and save their world. But the choice to go to war does have consequences.
Intriguing.
Illagers are super important to the Minecraft experience because they are a contrast to the otherwise peaceful overworld in daytime.
The gameplay became so rich and it inspired so many other things, like the piglins, for instance.
We have a lot of ideas for the Illagers, and you will definitely see more of them in the future.
I'd personally like to see a lot less of them in the future. All right, see you next time.